Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this, and here finally to review a game that came out like 2 months ago, but we're doing it now. Screw ya, sue me, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, okay, let's get into it. So Saints Row the Third is obviously the biggest game that I was looking forward to last year, because I love Saints Row. Saints Row is probably my favourite series, and this game, it's pretty damn good. It's not as good as the second game, but it's still pretty solid, and here is why. Okay, lack of story was a big thing. Like, this is the problem with Saints Row. Saints Row is having an identity crisis, as it always has. The first one was kind of serious, with an over-the-top mentality. Then the second one was not very serious, with an over-the-top mentality. And now it's not serious at all, and has a complete over-the-top mentality. There's nothing wrong with that, but you kind of lure it in on false pretenses. Kind of like, like when people describe Gears of War, for instance, it doesn't take itself seriously. That's bullshit. Gears of War takes itself very seriously. Saints Row the Third, I think, is one of the very few games that you can say it doesn't take itself seriously, and it doesn't take itself seriously. There are parts that happen in the game within the first 10 minutes that just pissed me off so bad in terms of the story. You know, the lack of it. I'm not going to give anything away, but you probably know what it is. There's two things that happen in maybe the first hour that just, it's stupid. It shouldn't have been done. The story that you're led into buying the game is condensed into an hour, and then there's another story that goes on for the rest of the game. It's confusing as to why that happens. But as with any Saints Row, it's got great customization. You can fully customize any character that you make. You can have a woman, you can have a man, you can make them look deformed, you can have them have blue skin, you can have white, black, yellow, red, metal, you know, like dark, purpley, black kind of colour. Any colour you can imagine, you can turn your skin that colour. Hair is the same, but there feels like a lack of customization when it comes to clothes. For instance, in Saints Row 1 and 2, you could have a undershirt, a shirt, a jacket, and then so 3 or 4 layers, but now it's condensed into one. So now you can have shirt and jacket, or you can just have the shirt. But you can't customize, so you can have this shirt with that jacket, and you know, that was kind of disappointing because I couldn't really make the character I wanted to make. But I got pretty close, so I was happy with that. But the amount of customization in this game is pretty amazing. You can customize cars, any color you want. Customize your gang, you can customize your hideouts when you get them, you can customize pretty much everything that you own in the game, which is awesome. You can customize your weapons, which is a really cool system. You can upgrade them with like red dot silencers and all that other kind of good stuff that you would expect from weapon customization. The voice acting in the game is great. You've got Hulk Hogan, you've got porn stars. The big disappointment is that they changed the voice actors for the 2 main characters from the first one, from Saints Row 2. Sean D and Pierce, they changed the voice actors for them. It's not really, like, everyone seems to have got this huge makeover. This is my problem with Saints Row, is they hardly ever, and they've never done it before, they don't notice the first game, the game that came before. So Saints Row 2 barely even mentioned what happened in Saints Row 1, and Saints Row the Third completely ignores everything. There's no Troy, there's no Dex, there's no Ultor, there's no none of that, which was pretty captivating in the first 2 games, which is another reason why I don't like the story at all. Yeah, they're just trying to figure out what Saints Row the series should be, and I think that they should have kept it. The second one was by far the best Saints Row game, but like Saints Row 2, the whole game, co-op activities, the whole story, the whole world is open in co-op. It's amazing. 2-player co-op. Shut up! 2-player co-op. There are people outside my fucking window on the street. Bloody homeless fucks. Anyway, okay, so where were we? Yeah, the whole world is co-op. It's none of this Fable bullshit or whatever, or Dead Rising bullshit where you have to be 10 feet away from each other, where you can be no more than 10 feet away from each other. One of your friends can be on one side and you can be at the airport, you can be 20 feet in the air, 100,000 feet in the air. It's not going to do anything. You can do the whole story in co-op, you can do all the activities in co-op, and it's a really amazing feat for a game as large as Saints Row. So they kept that from the second one. The competitive multiplayer is gone. That's not really a big thing. I don't think anyone really liked the competitive multiplayer anyway. So the side missions that I touched on, if you don't know, they've come back. They're called activities, and you do them to earn respect, which you can then use to buy perks. So like unlimited ammo, no bullet damage, you know, as you progress during the game. and you get money from doing them. And the reason you do them is because they're fun as shit. For example, there is one called Insurance Fraud, where you go to a certain area and run into cars that are moving really fast and fake an injury, and you get money from it. If you don't know, you should play it. It's an amazing game anyway. So there's side missions like that that break up the action of the main story. The good gameplay, you know, it's pretty solid. It works. There's really no problems I've run into. It hasn't crashed. That was a big problem with Saints Row 2 when it first came out. It crashed all the time. But Saints Row the Third hasn't crashed on me. There's no gameplay problems. It works fine. You have choices during the game, so it adds to the replayability. For example, you can blow up a base and get money from it, or you can keep the base and have it as your hideout and stuff like that. There are 3 or 4 of them, I think, during the game, which adds to the replayability. The game is really funny. It's very rare that video games make you laugh. Grand Theft Auto do a great job. What was that other one? The Tim Schafer games do a good job. Deathspank does a good job. Those games, they make you laugh. This is no exception. Fucking hilarious. It's just funny. You know, the people on the street, your characters, and all that kind of stuff. It's just done really well, and it's really funny. Like I said, it's not as good as the second one, but there is so much downloadable content coming out for Saints Row the Third, which a lot of people are disliking because it's designed where you get maybe a new gun and some new clothes. And of course that's a rip-off for downloadable content, but if you buy the Season Pass, it is actually worth having the Season Pass for. So, you know, if you buy the Season Pass, you get all that for free, as you should with the Season Pass. So, that makes it all worth it. You wouldn't buy it individually, you would buy the Season Pass. Now, I think they're bringing out a new piece of downloadable content every week. We've got Genki Bowl coming out, which I'm going to pick up when that comes out on January 17th, I think. So that's it. It's a great game. It's not as good as the second one, but it's still pretty fun. And if you have time, you should definitely pick it up if you like open world games like I do. Open world's probably my favourite genre. So here are the scores. Until next time, I'm out. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Au revoir.